All right, everyone, let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders. Big changes are happening, and I couldn't be more excited about what's coming next. The NFL's free agency tampering period starts tomorrow, and the Raiders are gearing up to make some serious moves. But first, let's talk about one of the biggest changes, the addition of Geno Smith. The more I think about this trade, the more I love it. Geno Smith is the perfect fit for the Raiders, and it seems like a lot of fans agree. I've seen plenty of comments supporting this move, and honestly, it just makes sense. Some people are worried about the contract, but let's be real, this is the era of big quarterback salaries. Look around the league, and you'll see it everywhere. The Raiders have been stuck outside the playoffs for far too long, but now things are finally shifting. With a new GM, a fresh head coach, and Geno leading the offense, the team is heading in an exciting new direction. It's a major change, and I absolutely love it. And the action isn't stopping here. Reports say the Raiders are preparing to be aggressive when the tampering period opens. Names like Keenan Allen, Tyler Lockett, Chris Godwin, and Byron Murphy are being thrown around. Plus, with the NFL draft just 6 weeks away and the Raiders holding the sixth overall pick, things are only going to get more interesting. At the end of the day, it's all about one thing: bringing a winning culture back to Las Vegas. That's the goal, and I believe this team is on the right track. What do you think? Are you excited about these changes? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. The Las Vegas Raiders are making moves, and it's getting more exciting by the day. With Geno Smith officially traded and rumors swirling about Chris Godwin and Tyler Lockett, it's clear that big changes are happening. This is exactly what happens when a new coach steps in. They bring in familiar faces and reshape the team. And honestly, I can't wait to see how this all plays out. I was reading an article from The Athletic. I think it was either Vic Tafur or Toshin Reed, where they broke down what they've been hearing about the Raiders' plans. With free agency officially kicking off this week, we're going to have a ton of Raiders news coming in fast. One thing I'm really excited about is the buzz around cornerbacks. According to league sources, Byron Murphy is at the top of the Raiders' wish list. This makes perfect sense. Murphy is coming off one of the best seasons of his career, racking up 81 tackles, 6 interceptions, and 14 pass deflections. He's been in the league for 7 years, but is still only 27, making him a solid option as a true number one cornerback for this team. And he's not the only name to watch. The Raiders have also been linked to DJ Reed from the New York Jets, one of the best cornerbacks available right now. Then there's Carlton Davis. He hasn't re-signed with the Detroit Lions yet, and with his history in Tampa Bay, there's a real connection there. With John Spytek and Tom Brady involved in shaping this roster, bringing in someone like Davis wouldn't be surprising at all. On the offensive side, there's been a lot of debate about the signing of Alex Kappa. The Raiders picked him up on a 2-year, $1 million deal, and while some fans aren't thrilled about it, I don't think it's a bad move. Sure, he didn't have his best season, but adding depth to the offensive line is never a bad idea. The Raiders are building something new, and the energy around this team is electric. What do you think of these potential moves? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The Raiders aren't done yet. They're still looking to add talent at the guard position, according to league sources. While some free agents like Will Freeze might be too expensive, there are other solid options out there. Kevin Zeitler from the Lions and Tevin Jenkins from the Bears are 2 names to watch. Adding more depth to the offensive line is a smart move, especially with the changes happening across the roster. Now let's talk about Alex Kappa. Yes, his film last season was rough, arguably one of the worst performances by a guard in the entire league. But before writing him off completely, let's consider something important. Coaching matters. The Bengals haven't exactly been the most well-organized team in recent years, and sometimes a fresh start in a better system can make all the difference. The Raiders traded for him, which means they see potential there. Maybe with the right coaching and system, he can turn things around. It's too early to call this move a mistake. Beyond the offensive line, the biggest need for the Raiders right now is a running back. This position will be a major focus moving forward, and what they do in free agency could reveal their draft strategy at pick number 6. Will they target a player like Ashton Jeanty? Will they trade back for more picks? One thing is clear, they're not taking a quarterback anymore, but other possibilities are still on the table, including someone like Will Johnson. Free agency will give us a big clue about what's next, especially with Alexander Mattison and Amir Abdullah set to hit the market. On top of that, reports say the Raiders have already started trade discussions involving Zamir White, who struggled last season, big decisions are coming, and the direction the Raiders take in the next few weeks could shape their entire season. What do you think? Who should they target next? Let's talk about it in the comments. This year's draft class is absolutely stacked, especially when it comes to running backs. With Aaron Jones re-signing with the Vikings, the next big name on the market is Najee Harris. And here's something to think about. If you wake up tomorrow or Wednesday and see that the Raiders have signed Najee Harris, that's a clear sign they won't be taking Ashton Jeanty with the 6th overall pick. Running back is a deep position in this draft. The Athletic's Dane Brugler recently ranked 8 running backs in his top 100 prospects. So even if the Raiders don't go for Jeanty in the first round, they could still find a great option in the second or third round. The point is, if they land a veteran like Najee, it changes their draft strategy. But no matter what, expect the Raiders to sign a veteran running back this week. It might not be a big name like Jamal Williams, but someone like A.J. Dillon or even Williams himself could be in the mix. Keep an eye on that because it'll give us a big clue about their draft plans, especially whether Jeanty is still in play at pick 6. That's it for now. With the free agency tampering period starting tomorrow, we're about to get a lot of answers. Stay tuned because the next few days are going to be huge for the Raiders. Now, I want to hear from you. Any players stand out to you? Who should the Raiders go after? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for more NFL and Raiders content. Big moves are coming. Let's see what happens.